Okay, looks like we got clearance for takeoff here. So we're live here with
Woo!
the ripple effect and with Dave, Erica, and DJ Airsun today, a DJ from our um, area in the East Bay, and she said it's been about exactly 1 year since we've had her on. So I'm glad that things are also looking up in the event industry, and as we're going to get to. And Erica, I did want to just do a quick check in with you to see what you're up to, all the fun and exciting stuff that you always have going.
Well, I'm still in the afterglow of the Make Some Noise Summit that we created for Women's Day, International Women's Day. And thanks to your support, it was a great success and doing good follow up and all that. And the recordings are available. So if you're tuning in and you want to be able to see what we created, there were 9 speakers, including myself, and it was just so awesome. So thank you again, David. You made it possible. You made us all look good, and big props to you for what you do.
Good, thanks. I was my pleasure, and you did 95% of the work. In a lot of ways, I did kind of what I do best in terms of the promotion and the tech support and things, but it was such a positive and great event, and I do look forward to sharing some of those videos, and also we'll have some of those speakers on the ripple effect to dive in more on some of those great topics that
Yeah.
you had introduced. I thought you did very good at curating what people kind of talk about. And I mean, one, you brought that amazing lineup, but then how you were able to get them to share some key aspects.
Yeah, and I really heard what you said. You're like, let's do another one. I'm like, yeah, let's do another one. Like I love that the offer, and it just makes me percolate. So thank you, David. Thank you, David.
Yeah, yeah. Once you rest up and decompress a little bit, I mean, I'm sure you're rested, but I know those type of events is a major event that I originally had. I was going to do something like that once a quarter, but now it's kind of like once or twice a year, given the amount of work involved. But I'd love to do something else at some point for maybe the summer or the fall. So let's talk.
Definitely.
I can help too, and that
Yeah.
one was really all on you, but I'm here to help too. So
My virtual assistant said, just give us a little more time for doing the next one. And I was like, good idea. Right. So that's a good tip. Make sure you have enough time to do everything you want to do.
great. Well, yeah, this is my last ripple effect for a while. I know you're gonna continue some podcasting. I'm
Yeah.
working on some stuff, but we're gonna be on our summer break. Although we may come back with a special edition or something that you and I cook up. So I look forward to keeping in touch. Maybe we can do another regular meeting every week or two, and figure something
Absolutely.
else out. I just find that it's great to have the break to kind of regroup and figure out how else we're going to do it. So um,
Absolutely.
kind of but we'll leave it at that for now. And I do want to get right to our guest, DJ Airsun, who I met actually at um, the BRN chapter in Piedmont, Erica, which you've probably heard of that chapter. It's one of the
I think it's
top
BGN,
BNI.
actually, Better Growth Network,
Business Growth Network.
Business Growth
Okay,
Network with
business
Hugh
growth.
Roman.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah. So and so she's been in that chapter, and she has such a fun business that she does, and we hear things are picking up in the event industry from Hugh. But if you don't mind, DJ Airson, just um, introducing yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and
and nice to
what
have you back.
yeah,
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 it's good
great
to
to
be
have you
back.
back as well.
1 year later, what's happened?
I know so much has happened. 2 other waves of COVID, people got vaccinated, things were opening and then closing kind of again, but things are looking good right now. So we're all really optimistic in the event world to have a good 2022. A little bit about me, I've been DJing for 10, 11 years, since 2011. And it really just started as a hobby, and I didn't expect it to turn into a full-fledged, full-time career, but that's where we are now. I DJ nightclubs, weddings, private events, corporate events. And I went out on my own with my own company 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. And COVID was rough, but we made it through. So I'm super committed to staying in the events industry. I know a lot of people left, um, but yeah, we're excited for the next year.
Yeah, we were just talking on our last podcast how there really seems to be some pent up demand out there, and he was saying his phone's kind of ringing off the hook now. So I'm hopeful too about people getting back out there and want to dance and mingle and do fun things, and we're definitely the place to do it. The Bay Area is such a fun place when it's operating at full strength and capacity. I saw an article that New York as well, the party scene was returning a little bit too, which was kind of exciting to see in terms of people a little bit life getting back to normal or headed in that
Yeah,
direction.
social private events have been going on the last year. Nightclubs have been open, but now we're seeing corporate events, in-person corporate events starting to come back. So that is a really good sign that companies are willing to meet in person, whereas they weren't for the last 2 years pretty much at all.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm going to actually skip over this COVID question that I wanted to kind of leave that a little bit to the not dwell on it, and kind of hopefully um, we've all heard about how the amount of damage that did to the events and the restaurant industry, and it's really a rebuilding thing. I wanted to turn it over to Erica for any thoughts she had and a few questions.
Well, yeah, I just want to hear more about what is happening for you. Things are picking up, and just tell us more. We want to hear more about what this, because we got to hear about you last year, and we can like point out that first interview. And in the second interview, what do you want to say? That's I want to leave it really wide open.
Yeah. So, I've got a wedding coming up this Saturday. I've got a big corporate event at SF City Hall next Friday, which is my first major corporate event, in-person corporate event in a long time. So that's really exciting. I've DJ'd private events at all the major San Francisco venues, all the museums. I DJ in nightclubs. My main residency is with Booty Mashup. I also DJ at Monroe Lounge. This party on Friday is called Battle of the Decades, which is really fun, playing music from the 60s to today. So I play a wide range of popular music, electronic dance music, hip hop, disco, and my specialty is mashups, which is combining two songs. Yeah, you combine two or more songs into one song. So a mashup producer will take the instrumental of one song and the a cappella of another, and if you can match the keys and the tempo, because song structures are so similar for the most part, you create this whole new genre clash song out of taking the multiple parts. So that's my specialty, but I DJ all different kinds of events. I have a prom coming up in April. Although I don't do a lot of kids parties, but with the right fit, I will do proms and other sweet 16s and things like that.
Cool.
And I also provide AV services, lighting, event lighting, streaming events. During COVID, I streamed wedding ceremonies or other corporate events. And actually, I've started getting into videography too, which David, I might be hitting you up for tips every now and then, if you don't mind.
Yeah, feel free, and I'll keep you in mind as I see stuff too. I kind of have my certain niche and kind of refer out everything else. So I'd love to keep in touch about that. And I I was remind me again about where your residency. You said you play some regular sets at places in the Bay
Yes.
Area.
So Booty Mashup, it's starting to, it used to be at DNA Lounge for about 16, 17 years. It has since moved to Rickshaw Stop. The next one's April 9th. I won't be there, but I'll let you guys know of other dates coming up. And then Monroe Lounge, I'm there most Fridays if I don't have another event. Monroe Lounge is in North Beach. I'm there Fridays, 5 to 10 p.m. It's super fun party. It starts at 5 with 60s music and $1 well drinks, which is unheard of in the city. And then we do 70s music the next hour. And you have $2 drinks, 80s music, $3 drinks, and we keep progressing through the decades. And it's a raging dance floor by 8 p.m. and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about mashups, but they make for some of the best dance music because the pacing is so much faster than other things, and it's so much more fun because there's so many different things you bring in. So, and
A
I've
lot of
heard from you.
surprises too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What kind of goes together, putting like Michael Jackson with hip hop, or you have just, pop and hip hop mixed, or, so fun stuff.
Yeah, the Monroe party is actually it's strictly all originals, so it's super nostalgic and can get a little cheesy, but it's super fun.
I have a question for you about this gig you have 5 to 10 on, you said Fridays
Yeah.
in North Beach. So how many people come out for it? Are people, what's going on? What is about how many people come at it? It's most people.
I couldn't give you an exact number. It's not a huge club, but it is definitely packed with a line outside around 8 or
Wow.
9 p.m. We had a little bit of a ebb during Omicron January, but it was only a few weeks and everyone came back, and the masks are off in the nightclubs. Everyone is vaccinated and feels safe, and so it's been a lot of fun. There's definitely over the course of those 5 hours, 3, 4, 500 people come through the door, something like that. It's a lot.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that that's on. It's like game on.
Yeah. Yeah. People are ready to go out again. And, uh,
Yeah, I think a lot of those folks never really stopped. It was kind of an older thing with COVID, that some of these clubs didn't really even shut down that much during the pandemic, or I mean, there were places shut down, but that younger generation, I feel like in a lot of ways isn't really as fearful about COVID. But um,
yeah, I mean, unless you have some sort of medical condition. But you can still wear a mask if you go out, and you can still try to keep your distance, and that's okay too.
It's really cool. I'm so glad that you're busy. That makes me smile. And
Yeah, me too.
and so we have these other questions we put in our, like, what we're going to talk about, but do you want to answer who else you're looking for, or what you're looking for just people tuning in?
Sure.
That would be great to hear.
Yeah, so wedding planners are great, corporate event planners, medium to large size companies who have their own internal event planners is great too. Anyone who works at a school that wants to do a prom or school fundraiser type of event, nonprofits.
Yeah, imagine all those kids that didn't get to have much of anything last year or the year before. So it's like open season.
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing a prom in April, and they're really excited. I did a prom for them last year, but it was outside, and they had, everyone got tested and had to wear a mask the whole time outside. So this time it's inside, and hopefully just a little bit more relaxed, and the kids can have more fun.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
so cool. Well, wow. Do you have like a minimum for how many hours you'll DJ for something like a prom?
No minimum. I mean, usually I think 3 to 4 hours is like a typical time frame. Weddings are more like 5 to 7 hours, depending.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow.
no time minimum. And I don't charge by the hourly. It's really depends on the venue, the space, and the timing. All that's, a factor.
Great. So where's the best place for people to see you and reach out to you and connect and hear your mashup, if that's the right way to say it?
Yeah,
I don't even know if I'm saying it.
they can go to my website, djairson.com, and I've got mixes up on there. They can also go to my Instagram at djairson. So those would be the best place to get in touch with me.
Okay, awesome. And do you have samples of are you allowed to do that?
I know
On,
last time she can tell us, but the copyright stuff, that she can't play that stuff right now on Zoom, for example.
gotcha. Yeah. Yeah,
If
we
you
want to
play,
make
yeah,
sure.
if you play copyrighted music, even if it's a mashup, Facebook will shut that down. YouTube, I mean, for the most part, it's a risk. It may not, but it may mute the video. So
Yeah, I'll put the comments in the comments. I'll put your website, and you do have a page with some of your samples and things on there. So,
and if they like mashups, they can go to bootymashup.com, and there is a ton. They can listen to Booty Mashup Radio that runs 24/7 playing mashups. They can also download like the best of booty from this year, last year, things like that. So
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool. So do you want, maybe you've already explained this or shared about this, but I think it's good to share again about your name and your DJ name. Like, tell us the connection.
Sure. So my real name is Airsun, Ersson. It's a Swedish surname that was lost when my family immigrated to the States. So my mom brought it back as a first name. And when I became a DJ, I have to come up with a DJ name, and I like my name, so I wanted to use it, but everyone pronounces it wrong. So I went with the phonetic spelling, Air, A-I-R, and Sun, S-U-N. So that's where that comes from.
Cool. I like it. I like helping people spell it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
wanted
wanted-
to say something about that, but I didn't want to get it completely wrong. So thanks for bringing that up. Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of Urson, and I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
want.
it's a beautiful name, and I love that connection that you, both names are great. So yes, and I just like your style of a lot of the things on your website and some of the things that you bring together. So I just think the positive vibe of having a dependable DJ who plays cool stuff. I think a lot of the problems people run into with events is that you don't get somebody who's reliable and knows what they're doing. If you hire a DJ, you don't know what they're going to play. They might, yeah, you have to have really experience kind of reading the crowd and what to play to make it a good event. And there's so few people out there that I see that are professionals like you to hire to do some of these corporate events or event that you can't really afford to screw up, so to speak. So
Yeah, there's a whole range of DJs out there and different levels of professionalism and also different levels of ego. There's a lot of DJs who bring a lot of ego to what they do. And when someone's hiring you for their event, like you are not the most important person there by any means. And you're there to entertain people and be nice to people. So take requests, be flexible. And that's what I try to bring to it. Bring a fun, friendly vibe. I'm here to help everyone have a good time, and that's what my goal is. Number one.
Awesome. And do you ever play on Clubhouse? Is that something that you as a DJ get on there? And I have been having fun with connecting with new groups of people on there. So
Are
musicians.
there DJs on Clubhouse? I didn't even know. I thought it was more of like a talking to different people, but
It's more talking, but then there's this whole musicians getting highlighted on there.
oh,
So
interesting.
it might be cool for you to play on there. I can invite you and let's just like look around and see. It could be a whole new frontier for you to connect with a whole wide audience.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, a lot of DJs stream on Twitch, which is primarily a gamer platform, but that's where DJs have found the most freedom to play the music and not get shut down, and then also monetize it with subscriptions and donations and things like that. So I've really only been on Twitch, but open to new platforms, and also looking into DJing in VR. So Booty Mashup is looking into having like a VR party. So we're exploring that too.
Great.
cool. Well, good. Well, I think we'll end it a few minutes early, Erica, unless you had one last parting thing here for DJ Airsun.
I'm so excited to hear how it's going for you. I'm so glad, and like let it keep happening. We need to do this. We need to be out and about and roll around and dance and let off some steam. And so I'm excited that you get to play and serve in the way you do.
Yeah. I mean, we're all scared of the next surge, and because we all thought this was over last June. So we're all, tentatively optimistic, but if we can make it through Delta and Omicron, we'll make it through the next one, and just trying to not worry about it. Things will keep moving on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We need the positivity, especially right now.
Totally. Yeah. Without a positive attitude, I wouldn't have gotten through these last 2 years.
Yeah, true. Well put.
Amazing.
I will put the links to your music. I feel like we are I'd love to end with the interlude of some of your music, but I will put that in the links.
Yeah.
Respect Facebook's policy there, so we don't all get muted or have this segment taken down. So
Probably for the best.
yeah. Well, and I do look forward to coming back to visit your chapter soon. I know you are one of the few DJs in BNI, and you really fill out that power sphere that I work in the event space too, and there's all our kind of event people stick together, so to speak, and BNI. So I look forward to
Yeah, same. I'd like to
keep in
come to your
touch.
chapter too.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, anytime.
Good.
right.
Well, I'll send you that link. And just I am looking at coming to your chapter soon, Corey, and I want to come visit when Hugh's catering back in person. So
April 6th, come
yeah,
on
yeah.
down.
You're going back in person then?
April 6th is the first one. We're going to do every first Wednesday. So,
Okay, invite me, invite me.
all right, we will.
Let's do it.
Well,
I'll
great,
bring you
everyone.
some
We'll
produce.
leave it there for the ripple effect. And do you have any last minute announcements, Erica? Or
Oh my goodness, I'm getting ready for a swim meet. So April 6th, I'll be on the other side of a big swim meet.
All right, then May 4th, I think it is the next first Wednesday of May. Come
Okay,
then.
right on. I'll put it in my calendar.
Okay. Well, great. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to end the broadcast here today for the ripple effect. Dave, Erica, and DJ Airsun signing off. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.